Up next, I'll take a look at a tempered glass screen protector from Mothca for the 12.9-inch M1 iPad Pro. Welcome and thanks for watching. I'm Ray, and on this channel I take a look at Apple-related tech and the HomeKit smart home platform. So if any of that interests you, please do me a big favor and hit that subscribe button, tap the bell to get notified when I post new content, and give this video a thumbs up. I'd very much appreciate it. So I recently picked up a 12.9-inch M1 iPad Pro, and the first thing I want to do is protect that big, beautiful screen. And what better way to protect that screen than with a tempered glass screen protector? And I picked this one up from Mothca, and this is their premium tempered glass matte screen protector for the 12.9-inch M1 iPad Pro. And this one features 9H hardness, it has an oleophobic coating, it's scratch and wear resistant, it's anti-fingerprint, and it says high definition vision, so it shouldn't change the screen quality that much as some matte screen protectors do. And I also wanted something with maybe just a little bit more texture for when I write and draw on the iPad Pro with my Apple Pencil. But that is not really the intent, because if I really wanted the best texture to write, I would have got one of those paper-like screen protectors, but I hear that wears down on the nibs. I really wanted it for less glare, a bit of protection, and maybe a little bit of texture for when I write or draw on the screen. So let's go ahead and open this up and actually install it on the iPad Pro, because I've never actually installed one of these on an iPad Pro. I have installed a bunch of screen protectors on iPhones. This is a much larger screen, so let's see just how challenging that is. So I actually have my iPad right here. Take it off the case and remove the pencil, set that aside. So first thing we need to do is clean the screen. But before we do that, let's go ahead and open up this Mothca screen protector and see what they include. It looks like they give us 2 screen protectors in one package. That's always good to have in case you screw one up or something happens to one of them, you have a backup. So yes, there are 2 of them, and that is what they look like. Let's take this one out. Just want to make sure they're both intact, because if I have to get them replaced, I want to do that ASAP. This one feels good anyway. I don't know if it looks good. We'll see once we remove it. And the other one. Okay. That one in its packaging, the spare, in case I screw up with installation. And you get 2 each of screen protector accessories. It's mostly mounting. And then you get 2 each of, these are actually glass protectors for the back camera, which we'll install as well. So I'm gonna take one set, leave them in here, and move them aside. And then I'm actually going to go ahead and place the iPad Pro onto this kind of foam protective sleeve, just so it doesn't move around too much, and to protect the back cameras. Actually, you know, it's better to have any device to turn off the device itself, because it lets you take a look at the screen itself without any brightness to see if there's any dust or fingerprints you have to clean off. So first I'm gonna clean this really quickly, and actually have some screen cleaner. I'm gonna use that first. They include cleaner in this package, so you don't necessarily need this. I just do this because I have it handy and I can take the fingerprints off quickly with this much larger cloth. But I just want to take the big smudges off. Ideally you do this when you just open or take your iPad Pro out of its packaging, but I've had this iPad Pro for a while and I wanted to use it. So I took a lot of the larger smudges off. It's like there is dust there. Also good to have handy is a can of air. I always keep that handy when I install screen protectors. So let's see what's in their accessory pouch. And you have a microfiber cloth, the stickers, the guide stickers, and the dust absorber. These are pretty much standard for any Screen Protector install. And here is the cleaning cloth. So this is the wet cleaning cloth. So first we'll clean the screen. Well, actually, you know what? No, first, getting ahead of myself, we want to make sure we have placement of the screen protector first. So let's see which side. Peel this off first before application. So since this is the side that I have to peel off, this is the side with the adhesive. So what I want to do is I want to position this as closely as I can. Since it doesn't come with a guide like a lot of the iPhone screen protectors do, because this is a much smaller device, you'll want to make sure everything is perfect. So I'm going to move around here and make sure it's as close as I can get it. Because once you put this larger screen protector on, it's going to be difficult to move it. So what you want to do is now you want to place the guide stickers. Once you feel you have it in good position, and I think that's pretty good. Then you fix the guide sticker. So this is going to kind of be like a cover setup. Make those go across the back. So that's stuck on there. Don't worry about that too much. And let me take a look at it. It looks pretty good, actually. And then you want to place one on the other end. And that's what you're going to use too. Pull this together once you have the screen cleaned. You want to make sure the stickers, the guide stickers, are firmly attached because you don't want it to move or budge a little and throw off the placement. So then what you want to do is you want to go ahead and lift this up. So now we really do want to do some fine cleaning with their included wet wipe. And I try to look at the screen at all angles to make sure I don't see dust or anything. And then we'll clean it or dry it with the microfiber cloth they included. So I'm trying to remove any and all smudges along with dust that I might see. And it really helps if you have good lighting and you can kind of sit down and take a look at all angles. Dust is going to be your enemy. You don't want a speck of dust because that is how bubbles start. So now, if you think you may have some dust, and I do see a little bit of dust, you can use the dust absorber, which is pretty much just another sticker, to pick up the dust. So try to remove as much, if not all, the dust that you see. So I think I'm pretty good. And then what you want to do is you want to start moving the screen protector into place. Being careful, you want to remove the backing, and it's adhesive, so you want to make sure you don't place it down prematurely. You know what, those guide protectors just aren't going to work. So I'm going to have to do this by centering it and eyeballing it. I think I lucked out. The stickers they give are sorry, so don't depend on them too much. They kept coming off. They wouldn't adhere to the front of the screen protector, and they kept coming off. So now you have to try and work the bubbles out. As you can see, there are some bubbles there. So you can work out any air bubbles with included cloth and really just kind of like pressing down and wiping, and maybe kind of like you're burnishing something. You'll be able to get all of those air bubbles out if you don't have dust. Now you might get a bubble there with dust, and you can try and lift up the screen protector again and remove that piece of dust with the dust absorber. And I've done that successfully a few times when I've had dust stuck to the back. With this screen protector though, I would say these guide stickers are useless. They wouldn't adhere. There was like low adhesion to the, I mean, and they don't work as guide stickers. Pretty much useless. I'd get something with more adhesion, or some painter's tape that has low adhesion that you can take off, but their included guide stickers are useless. And maybe it's because it's a matte screen protector, I don't know, but I don't think they obviously tested it. But otherwise, it is a nice looking screen protector. It is matte. This does look nice. It has what they call 2.5 the edge, and it's a clear edge all the way around. You can't really feel a lip. It's rounded. I mean, I do like the look of the screen protector. It was just a pain to install something this large. But with some time, you can get it done like I did. And again, you see bubbles, I see a little bit of one, looks like it might be coming up there. But for the most part, I got it. Okay, so that's actually looking pretty good. Let me do a quick spritz with a screen cleaner. And it's really nice anti-glare. I don't know if the screen can catch that. Looks good. So let's go ahead and flip this over and see if we can't get that camera glass protector on there. So same thing with this on a smaller scale though, since it's just that small piece. I'm gonna go ahead and clean it. Little spritz. Use my cloth and then use their microfiber cloth to try and pick up any remaining dust there. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot it with some compressed air. That's looking clean. And then lift this off. And this is a thicker piece of glass, so this will actually make the camera bump protrude just a little more with this glass on here. Not sure that that's a big deal. And this should be easier to place because there is an indentation. So I'm gonna mostly eyeball it, get it centered. Once it's centered, go ahead and press down the middle. And then again, work out any air bubbles off of there. So that did add some thickness to the back bump, but it'll protect the camera lenses as well. And there is still some air pockets, but I'm not as concerned with the back camera because quite honestly, I don't really use the camera on the iPads. Never really have, but it's good to have them protected. And those air pockets should clear themselves out. What I'm really concerned with is the front. So that looks good enough for now for the rear cameras. And let's take a look at that front. That front really looks great. I think that's a really good screen protector though. I like it. If you notice, there's less glare. It's not as shiny. Let's go see how the screen appears. Power it back on. Oh yeah, I like that anti-glare. Happy with it. It was just a bit of a pain to get it on there. Oh yeah, it looks nice. Yeah, it looks nice. Oh, let me punch in that code. And yeah, look at that. Not affected by touch at all. Or it doesn't affect the touch at all. Everything works really nice. Yep, it's a nice screen protector. Although it's a pain to get on, I do like it. So let's go ahead and open up some drawing app and see how the pencil feel is on here. Not going to be drawing anything. Let's get a blank page. Apple Pencil. So let's try a few shading lines. I'm not going to draw anything. I'm just checking out how it feels. And I will say, it doesn't feel like paper. I'm not going to say it does, but it is better than the bare glass. Much better than the bare glass. I mean, much better than the bare glass. Yeah, I do like. Definitely better than the bare glass. Surface works better from drawing overall. I like it. So this is a great screen protector. Again, this is the Mothca tempered glass matte screen protector. I like the look of it. I like the anti-glare. I like the 2.5D edge or whatever they're calling it, because it's, if you can tell, it's like clearer on the very edge, and the matte texture is just right in the middle where you need it. And I think it makes the screen a lot nicer without all that glare, and it minimizes on fingerprints. So yeah, great screen protector. I recommend it. Once you can get on there, it's finicky, but it works really well. So that's going to do it for my look at the Mothca tempered glass screen protector for the 12.9-inch M1 iPad Pro. So let me know, what are your favorite screen protectors? Do you install them on iPad Pros with this large a screen? They're a lot easier to go on iPhones. Do you really like or prefer the paper-like screen protectors for drawing? Let me know that in the comments below as well. And that's going to do it for this video. Until the next time, please take care and be safe out there.